Thank you very much. Thanks everyone for coming. Just so everyone knows who I am, my name is John Tierney. John and my wife Abby are the people who bought the theater several years ago. So welcome. I just have a few quick remarks, then Mayor Papenfus will say a few words, then we'll cut the ribbon and go back inside and watch some classic movies from 20 years ago. So I wanted to say that the cinema was started basically in 2001 as a nonprofit art house theater by the Midtown Market District. An organization that had very good intentions. It just didn't have the financial wherewithal to make it a thriving business, I guess. But it did serve as a catalyst to launching 20 years of revitalization and new investment in the Midtown area of Harrisburg. In 2007, my prior business, Powers and Associates, bought the cinema from the Midtown Market District and pretty much tried to stabilize the operation. We kept it going for 6 years. 2013 is when we had decided, the partners had decided that they wanted to do something else with the building. Funny story was that my mother-in-law lived with me at the time, and I came home one night, I was explaining the plans for the cinema, what we wanted to do, and she said, "John, if you want to do that, don't come home again." I love the cinema, it has to stay open. So in 2013, Abby and I bought the cinema. So. At that time, we did make a few small changes, but the biggest thing we did was to make the investment in the digital projectors, which allowed the cinema to continue. We're here tonight to celebrate the 20 years of the cinema. As Stuart likes to phrase it, during the long intermission from COVID, we have made changes to the building. The theaters, you'll see new seats. I hope many of you have already been here, probably. The lobby, including the addition of Zero Day Brewing, which we think is a great addition. And I wish to thank the city of Harrisburg. I mean, the Harrisburg city has been very helpful for many years. We have had more than 50,000 people visit the cinema in a year, which is amazing if you think about that. These visitors are not just local residents. They come from surrounding counties and as far away as Maryland. People will come up to movies here because it's a very unique theater that, really there's not many of these art houses left in the area. We also have continued to promote many community outreach things. We do our outdoor movies in the parking lot right here. We've had up to 700 people coming to watch an outdoor movie, which I think is just fantastic. But the heart of our operations really are our employees. The past employees, which Adam is here representing, and our new employees. Thank you very much. So we're very excited. They make your experience very special. Finally, I'd like to thank our members, which I believe everyone here is a member, so thank you very much. Without your support, we couldn't do what we do. We feel that the cinema is an important part of the entertainment and social fabric of Central Pennsylvania, and we appreciate you every day. Thank you. Yay! I'd like to turn it over to Mayor Papenfus.
Yes.
I'd like to make a few comments.
I would. Thank you, John. It's good to see everybody. Just a couple thoughts. First of all, 20 years is an incredible milestone. And I can tell you in my own life, I can mark it very well. My daughter was just home for Thanksgiving break. She is 19 years old. And 20 years ago, on date night, we came to see Amelie. Yep, it's true. And I Googled it today, and it came out in November of 2001. So it must have been one of the very first films that was here. We had pizza at Sierra-Vos. We discovered the garden, and we were hooked. And it was an amazing time. So it's incredible to think about how long that's been and all the amazing things that have happened. John mentioned it really was the catalyst for a lot of the development that you see in the area. I want to attest to the fact that that's absolutely true. Midtown Scholar not only came around the corner a year or two later, but we chose the name Midtown Scholar after the Midtown Cinema. And when you think about it, the Midtown Cinema was revolutionary in certain ways in that prior to claiming the mantle of Midtown, this was not actually considered Midtown. It sort of ended at Riley Street. So the Midtown Cinema had expanded Midtown, and then we tried to expand it a little further, and then you see the growth and the development. Midtown Cinema also was responsible for, really for the first time since we've been here, for a lot of people coming into Harrisburg and viewing Harrisburg in new ways. Since it was the regional art house theater, people were coming from all the way. Yes, I think as far as Baltimore and other major cities. And it sort of showed us that if you build it, they will come. And it did happen, and people came from all over. We forged the bookstore a few years later. A lot has happened. Greenworks, of course, responsible for all that. But when you think about all the changes that have happened, it all began right here. And it was a community-based initiative with the Midtown Market District and the city of Harrisburg turning what was, prior to that time, an old blood bank. They still had the medical equipment and the other things, and prior to that, some of you may remember, but it completely transformed the neighborhood. So congratulations on 20 years. I wish everyone 20 more years at least, and I think we can all think about the amazing things that are going to happen over the next 20 years in the neighborhood with all the development plan going up Riley Street and extending again from the heart, the beating heart here of the cinema. So with that, we are going to cut the ribbon. And you're going to do the scissors, I think. So
Yeah.
do is the kind of pulling that.
Stand back.
This way. Yep. Coming around, coming around. It's a big enough ribbon. Is that good? All right, 100. And if you'll bear with us, I think we have to count down from 20 because you don't get a 20th anniversary all that often. Yes, we're going to do it. I'll hold the bottom and you'll cut. Okay? So let's do it. Let's do it together, nice and boldly. Are we ready? 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. It's a long time. 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 20th anniversary! Congratulations! Hey, wonderful. Thank you, Mayor. And
What we wanted to do was to make the building look more like a movie theater. So many people had told us, it looks like a laundromat. It looks, all these different things, not really like a movie theater. So one of the things we did was to reskin the building, give it a more traditional movie look with the lights and the marquee sign. But there was these planters that were in front of the building for years, and we were always worried about if we took them off, there'd be real problems with the building. They just built them on the sidewalk.
Oh.
So they were very easy to remove, and it looks so much improved, I think.
Oh, it
so.
looks amazing. It looks like a real theater. As you say, it used to have a very small sign. Now it's got the big marquee.
Right.
And it looks like there's sort of an outdoor
And then
area.
we
Shall we
added
walk
an
over
outdoor
there?
area over here. This was mostly for Zero Day, who has now joined the lobby for us.
Yeah.
But it gives us more of a living room space that people can hang out and enjoy hot dogs or drinks from Zero Day, and then even after a movie, come out and discuss what they just saw. So.
Got to have that space for the conversation.
Absolutely.
So what's showing for the holidays? What's the big?
Probably the big one coming for Christmas will be West Side Story.
Oh yeah.
I think is the big one that's coming out.
And so 20 years ago, you were showing some of the films that we're playing tonight to celebrate
Yes,
the anniversary.
yes.
What
I mean,
films are those?
Well, we have Mulholland Drive, Gosford Park, Devil's Backbone. That's it. There were others like Amelia.
I remember that. Yeah.
That was one of the first ones.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they sold the rights,
Did
and
they?
we couldn't get the rights for tonight. So that's why
okay.
we couldn't show our first movie, which would have been very fan favorite. But
Yeah. One of the other things about the renovations, it looks like you have more menu items than you've ever had.
we did. We added some more food. We've actually added another counter over here, mostly for the ice cream So if you're in the neighborhood and you want to have ice cream, you didn't have to wait in line for the movie tickets. You just get the ice cream or coffee over there. But we have several new items, plus Zero Day. They also have food, mostly gourmet hot dogs, as they like to call them. So, yeah.
Well, beer, hot dogs, ice cream, and of course popcorn. It just looks beautiful in here. I hope people will come and discover the Midtown Cinema again for the holiday season. West Side Story, that'll be amazing. I did get a chance to see a preview of that. I think it'll be terrific.
Yep.
We just lost Stephen Sondheim. That was a tragedy, but the movie I think will be a big hit for a lot of people.
I do too. So please come out, support your local theater, and thank you very much.
Thank you.